Hi, what up, everybody? What's good? Actually, my second time recording this. The first time I recorded, it went through, but like, I don't know. I'm using this like direct upload feature now for this channel since I got this webcam and everything. Um, but anyways, let's get into this. We're gonna talk about Tomb Raider. As I can see, the Tomb Raider reviews are in. I was out. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who follow me on Twitter, y'all know I was out. Went out to eat with a couple people and everything. Recently got in, and when I got in, I saw Icy talking about how Tomb Raider reviews are in and how they're pretty dope. Checked it out, and he was right. They are pretty dope. So far, right now, as far as many reviews as come in, the game is getting some great scores. It's getting some great feedback, and it's what I expected. Definitely. Um, Now, I do want to say this: you have to beware when you look at these scores, and this is exactly why. Tomb Raider, just like a game like Bioshock, is a single player experience. If you are buying Tomb Raider hoping for some phenomenal multiplayer, you're buying the wrong fucking game. Plain and simple. Tomb Raider is not a game meant for multiplayer. Can it have it? Can it work? Yes. But it is not going to work right now. I understand why they put it in there for longevity, replay value, but it is not really going to work like talking about, especially since they got a whole different development fucking team that made the damn thing. I forgot exactly who, but y'all could probably say in the comments who exactly did it. But what I want to get at is that when you read these reviews, guys, like realize that Tomb Raider is a single player game, and you got to realize that they count off these points a lot of times because of the multiplayer aspect. So if let's say they completely got rid of the multiplayer, these scores would actually be even higher than what they are. But since the multiplayer is pretty much tacked on in there, it's whatever. Now, I'm not saying that the multiplayer won't be fun. I'm not saying it won't be good or whatever. But from what I'm seeing and the vaguely looking at skimming over things as of right now, it seems like the multiplayer doesn't really stack up to the competition in one way, shape, size, or form. You know, um, Tomb Raider has always been a single player game, and I'm not buying it for no other reason but the single player experience. Um, you know, and that's cool, man. That's cool if they want to put in multiplayer, but like, I know some of y'all might bring up Uncharted and be like, well, Uncharted is, multiplayer, and multiplayer on Uncharted is pretty good, and yeah, it is. But there's a difference between Uncharted and Tomb Raider. The Uncharted multiplayer works because there are substantial players, there are substantial characters with in-depth roles, significant roles throughout the Uncharted series. I mean, you got Drake, you got Elena, you got Sully, and then you had the signature villain for that for part one, and then when part two came out, they added in Chloe and the one other dude, I forgot his name. Then they had like this signature villain there. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with the third one. They have these substantial characters that are always referenced to, or they make some type of big impact, or they're always from part one to part two to part three. They're always around. When you think of Tomb Raider, you only think of one character. It's Laura Croft. There's no other character that comes in your mind. It's like, you know what? I mean, the only character you can think of is the goddamn butler. I mean, what? The butler gonna run around with a goddamn gun now? You know what I'm saying? Shoot motherfuckers with AKs and shit. Like, no, it doesn't work. You know, I understand what they're doing in this game. They put in, these characters that are in this adventure with her in the game, but it's just the wrong time to do that. Just like with the first Uncharted, you didn't see a multiplayer with the first Uncharted, and I think part of it was because they knew that people couldn't get attached to it like that because it was just the first game, their first vision on it, and you can't. I don't know. Y'all should be able to understand what I'm trying to say here. And with this Tomb Raider, it's like it's the first time we're meeting these characters, and it just doesn't feel right. It's not like a first person shooter where you're just going around fucking shit up. and all this stuff, and a whole bunch of vehicles and stuff like that. It doesn't work like that. Tomb Raider is very story centric. It's all built around this story and these different events and stuff, and the quick interactions that you do as Laura Croft to these NPCs. Um, but a game like Uncharted, there's a lot of dialogue between these characters. You're always, a lot of times, you're with these characters. You're helping them out. You're doing things with them. You're escaping from places with them and stuff like that. Um, I'm not saying that won't happen in this game, but it's just the wrong time to do it. This should have been a single player only experience game, but they're putting the multiplayer in there. That's fine. I'm looking forward to it, guys. Y'all know me when it comes to Tomb Raider. Ever since I heard that there was gonna be a reboot, I instantly made a video about it, talking about thank you, Tomb Raider needs a fucking reboot. And I remember even boy Nova Phoenix, which is now in the Novaverse, he was saying how it didn't need one, but I was like, yeah, it did, and as long as they do it right, it's gonna be great. And it's looking like the single player experience is gonna be spot on, and it's gonna be a great game. And I always knew that it was gonna come out to be a great game. I mean, from just the article I read, just my thoughts about the game in particular, about them making Laura Croft into an actual character. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Tomb Raider single experience. Holla at y'all later. Peace.